Salute all we've got in the house. Boxing fan, salute to you, brother. Dave, salute. What's Dave put? I was a little concerned that Usyk wasn't as fast as usual, but because of the wet ring, it was pissing it down. Usyk was still a nightmare for Fury, and that's why he's running scared. Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute, Dave. Yeah, good point. Mr. Johnson, salute to you, bro. Ninja always late. You know me, Mike will be late for my own funeral. Announce, announce, Soul, salute to you, bro. Rumours, whopper John Fury on the cobbles. Rumours he's wobbling, whoop John Fury on the cobbles, yeah. Hi, Luke, and salute to you. Alex, my good friend, salute to you. Tyrone, salute. Uh, Main man, Gil Coles, salute to you, Gil. Right. Can you hear me crystal clear? Let's move this fucking computer over. Boxing fans, but Usyk might be doing this on purpose to lure Fury, thinking he has slowed down. Yeah. I said salute to you, Gil Coles. Yeah, loud and clear. Right, Crystal. Okay. Excuse me. Right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it then. Let's you got your boy Marku winning by KO. Yeah, he's fighting tomorrow. I think he'll win. Yeah, apparently he's gone back a bit. That opponent's not that good, so I've heard, Gil. But he's another one. He's been inactive, hasn't he, Marky? I don't think he's had a fight for well over a year. I'll be watching it though. Yeah, I'll see what goes on. I might do a video on it tomorrow. I don't know. Sort of. No, I don't know. He just needs to be fighting more. Frank Fraud Warren trying to push a rematch with Dubois and Usyk and Low took a knee. Yeah, no, yeah. Saw lose to Dubois. Wow, they're all coming through. Ricky, big bro, salute to you, my main man. Hope you're good out there, brother. Thanks for popping in. On that low blow, well, I'm going to get to. I'll read your comment. On that low blow, I felt it was low. I know people have different opinions, but the ref said it was low even before Usyk said anything. So it was definitely the ref's decision, and I agree with it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's get to it then, because it's been. I did upload. I forgot to upload the video. I had a video what slowed down. Right. So let's talk about it. Let me know what you think. That to me, looking at that to me is a low blow. But it's like on the waistline, below the navel, isn't it? But people saying Usyk's shorts were high. To me, I don't know, man. It's a very. I suppose you can argue with it. See, and then when you look from there, it doesn't look too bad. But I don't know. I would say Carl Frotz for me broke that down the best. I listened to the Cobra breaking it down, and he stated what the Queensberry rules are. And apparently, if it's like he was saying, you have the protector round your waist as part as your bodyguard. You know, it's all in one with the bollock guard, isn't it? And he was saying apparently, if you hit on that protector because it sits just below the waistline of the shorts, that is deemed as a low blow. Queensberry rules, whether it's intentional or not. So I'll just read these comments quick. Filip Ergovic versus Usyk. Yes, I know. Yeah, it was a low blow. That looks below the belly button. That's a bladder shot. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because a lot of people, boxing fan, just think a low blows if it's in the bollocks. Well, obviously, you know it's not. Dogs War salute, Mog. After last week's performance, hey, up his ear. Here we go. That number one Fury fan. After last week's performance, Fury beats Usyk easy. Well, I'm going to come to that, Mog. So I don't want to go into that yet. But stick around, brother, and we'll get into that. Fury's fan base is hoping a rematch happens, so Belly don't get whooped by Usyk. Good point. AJ, salute to you, my good brother, up there in is it Glasgow or Edinburgh? But salute to you. It's a low blow. The slide up slightly. I would have had accepted it apart from the gloves got to his body. Yeah, I think Usyk will fight Fury different. Don't be fooled by Usyk. He did the same thing to Joshua. Yeah, good. Well, yeah. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it. Just let's round up this bit quick then, because everyone seems like they want to jump on that topic. Let's just jump on this quickly then. So for me, I'm gonna say that's looking there. That's a low blow. But looking on the other picture, I don't know. When I did the live stream and I had Mike with me and Jared, we all said it was a low blow. I think the majority of people are saying it's a low blow, but then again, I've heard a lot of people, a lot of boxers, a lot of trainers come out this week and said it wasn't a low blow. But I suppose to put this to bed, that it was a ref's decision no matter what. But what makes me laugh is the way how Frank Warren's. Oh man, have you seen the crying what he's been doing this week? Oh, Frank, he's been crying for a rematch, crying for a disqualification. He's been all over the media this week, crying his little eyes out on Talk Sports and all over the place. And then he said on the same day that he's on Talksport saying that it was a low blow and it should be a no contest or they want a rematch. A few days, say later on that day, he does an interview with IFL TV and tells them that Fury and Usyk is happening in early next year. Well, how does that work out if you try and get a rematch with Daniel Dubois? Fucking crazy, man. Um, But Jared, I think. Oh right, I'm behind. But I think Usyk will fight Fury different. Oh, I've read that. DS Fury fans. Moggy's laughing. But Jared Anderson was also hitting his opponent around the same place, but the ref didn't warn Anderson. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fucking weird. It's whatever ref. I don't know. I don't know how to word this up, but for me, it's the ref says it's a low blow. It's a low blow. I'm falling behind on the chat. Just let me read them quick. Usyk will never make himself look worse to be fooled. Come on. Now he's gonna be 110% into every fight because that's the type of fighter he is. Yes, good point. All a cover up that Dubois. We will. Dubois was well out of his depth. Yes, he was. I was talking to Alex. He's been crying like a baby. Yeah. Is that the right name? Penzol. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Salute to you, brother. I won. I have it. I have won anyway. Let it be real. Have won any. Usyk would have won anyway. Yes. Oh yes. Most definite. I can't say this guy's name. Is it Adari Pinard Pennant? Pennant. Salute to you. Lita. Salute to you, Queen. Fury fanboys yapping. Frank Sanchez, Jared Anderson would be a good boxing match. Absolutely. Oh, Mo, salute to you, bro. Sorry I missed that. Salute, Loz. I think Dubois hit the navel and not a low blow, but just my opinion. You see, that's what I mean, Mo. It's flipping. It's going back and two, isn't it, brother? I said in my video, you can argue it, you can debate it, but I don't know. When I listened to the way how the Cobra broke it down for me, it made absolute 100% what he said. But I'm not an expert on boxing, and I can't break stuff down brilliant. So don't listen to me. I would love to smack Warren in his square red face, and he's bullshitting. I and he's bullshitting. I bet about talks over Fury fight just to please fans, so they will get Dubois rematch to avoid Fury. Yeah, absolutely. He's saying Fury and Usyk has happened just to take the heat from Belly. Uh, yeah, Belly gets stick until he fights Usyk. Absolutely. Never guessed that the LDBC and Fury fangirls would unite. One issue they say is uh, it was legal. Look at Fury's trunks. Right. Moving forward, Usyk cannot always rely on. I can't see that last bit. Give him time to recover, and his next ref might count him out. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let me just quickly. It seems to me then, just to put that to bed, seems to me there's a couple of people what are saying it's a low blow, and there's 90% of people are saying, 90% of people are saying it's a low blow. Yeah, my Jamaican brother. Salute to you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to live over there one day, man. Fury wore his trunks higher than Usyk before. Yeah, well, Fury's trunks are under his armpits, aren't they? He's fucking like he's got no mid waist. His trunks are under his armpits. Daniel Dubois. Oh, you see, and my Jamaican brother saying Daniel Dubois was robbed. Fury. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's tongue and tooth, isn't it? But for me, this is what I listened to a few people say. If it wasn't a low blow, if it wasn't a low blow, do you honestly think that Usyk would have stayed on the floor for the count? I don't think he would have. I think he'd have jumped straight back up. So I don't know. It swings and roundabouts. It's 50-50, isn't it? People saying it's not, people saying it is. But for me, I didn't give him one round. I didn't score him one round. And we watched the fight with Mike and well, everyone who come through. And I didn't give him one round. I think his best round was round 5, but he still got beat. And he should have taken that when he had the advantage to jump on Usyk after the knockdown, whether it was a knockdown or a low blow. He should have capitalised off that, I thought, but he didn't. And trying to fight Usyk with single punches and just 1-2 combinations, that's not good enough for someone like Usyk. You need more in your fucking tool bag for someone like Usyk. Single punches and 1-2 combinations are not going to beat that guy. You need multiple combinations and pressure. That's what you need. Fish eyes. Oh, Fury. Oh, right. Daniel. I read that. Litas put Dari Usyk is a champion. Yeah, sure. He's absolutely. Lucas put Fish Eyes is not doing Dubois' career justice, pushing him for a rematch. Exactly. Exactly. Daniel Dubois, if you go and listen to my video, what I did a few months back on this, before I made another prediction video, I said the best thing for Daniel Dubois to do when he took that belt off Trevor Bryan, the best thing for him, what he should have done, was just keep fighting other people. Stay away. Let them remaining heavyweights like Usyk, Fury, Joshua, Wilder. Let them age themselves out, because one key advantage Daniel Dubois got is youth. Let them all have a fight. And then in a couple of years, maybe 2 years, 18 months to 2 years, then go for him. Because I think that was his best move. Because we all knew he was never, the whole boxing world, a small minority had him to win that fight. And they were probably people who didn't know anything about boxing. Because 90% of the boxing community had him to lose. So for me, Frank Warren has done like Lucan's just said, pushing him with a fighter like that. He was always going to get beat. He had no chance. And John Fury and all them and Fish Eyes going on Talksports trying to spread the propaganda saying that he was going to win. Pff, come on, man. He couldn't beat Joe Joyce, who's as fucking slow as a snail. So how was he ever going to beat Usyk? No chance. Usyk, Fury don't wear his trunks. That skirt. Usyk, Frank Warren rematch in the UK. He thinks he knows why he can buy the ref and the judges. Yeah, good point. Usyk has got up before in the amateurs. Yes, Usyk would have got up. He's a warrior. I agree with you, Loz. Yes, absolutely, Alex. He would have done. Uh, Pennzoil, I think I'm saying your name right, bro. I'm sorry if I'm botching it. Frank Warren is out of his depths these days. He's promoting Yard versus Summers for say, yeah. Anthony Yard, another one. Another one. Put on the top shelf and left to collect dust. I don't understand why fighters go with Frank Warren. At least Eddie Hearn gets some regular fights. But also I didn't like Usyk's behaviour in the post-fight conference, showing his navel, etc. He's not as solid as I thought he was. Yeah, but Mo, you got to think he's clocking on a bit now, isn't he, bro? But you could be right. That could be the blueprint to beat him. Every fighter has an off day, don't they? But I don't know. But for me, he's the all package for me. I think he's the best heavyweight at the moment. Doesn't mean he's going to be beating them all. It doesn't mean that at all. I don't know. You never know unless they fucking fight. That's the problem with the heavyweight division. They don't fight, do they? Mike's put Frank and Daniel need to stop taking Daniel's untamely lost due to the failure to get up in time. What's your take on Dubois and his psychology? What's that psychology makeup? I don't understand what you mean by that. What is What do you mean? Like he's oh god, what do you call it? I can't think of the fucking word. Like how he deals with stuff. Is that what you mean? Like that? Psychology or whatever. I'm fucking thick as fuck, me man. Well, Mo, I was talking to Mo. Later jokes was good. Oh right, yeah. Chava versus Gerald Juice said no. For the WBA regular belt is coming. Cook sanction fees, obviously, yeah. Daniel Dubois is not seasoned enough to fight Oleksandr Usyk. Absolutely, Miller will beat Char by a KO or TKO. Ricky's put both Eddie and Fish Eyes are trash, bro. Yeah. Well, I'm going to come out. I'm going to cook Eddie in a bit, mate. I've got a good one for him. And Miller will bring the whole pharmacy. And I don't like Fury, but I want him to bash up Usyk all over the ring. Usyk comes across as a snake. Just my feeling. Wow, Mo's going in, man. Fucking hell. I will say Usyk KO Dubois was class. Yeah. Hey, and I got the round right. Try again. I got the rounds. Well, I said anywhere between 9 and 11, so I can. It's not like an all in one, but I got the round right, didn't I? But it wasn't spot on as if I said like officially it's round 9 where he'll get him. But I knew Usyk was going to get him late on. I knew it. I knew he wouldn't be able to sustain that amount of pressure. I knew it. Mo Boxing. What makes you think Usyk's a snake? Manuel Char needs to move out of the way forever and retire from boxing. Absolutely, Adari Peanut. Am I saying your name right? Adari Penard. Penard. Uh, Bruce Gas salute you, OG. Iluka means I sorry, Ilukan says, I mean, what's your take on Dubois' mindset? I think he's that's a great question. I don't think he's I don't think he's a I don't think he's very confident. And I don't mean like as in confident where he's fighting people. I just think like when someone when someone loses, I don't think he can deal with it that good. He looked to me like, well, why did he have to take Don Charles to talk sports with him and basically get Don Charles was fucking talking over him and saying everything? That to me doesn't seem like a confident kid. I don't know. I don't think he'll be able to deal with it as good, especially this time because now this is two losses on the bounce, isn't he? You know. But like I say, he's still got youth. He can come again. If you listen to how Carl Froch said about him, like he could be the future of boxing if he's um, if he's guided right. If he's guided right, and that's what he said. He should never have. Well, we all know that he should never have been anywhere near Usyk. He was never on that level. I mean, come on, let's face it. Who is Daniel Dubois' best win? Who's his best win? Nathan Gorman, Richard Lartley, Bob Dandino. You know, that Lorena put him on his arse twice. Joe Joyce whooped his arse with a single jab. So who is Daniel Dubois' best win? He's never even fought the likes of like Jermaine Franklin or Dillian White. But that Nathan Gorman must be kicking himself now because you know that's his best win. It's all right when you're wheeling out all these old duffers, all these fucking Uber drivers and shit like that, these car park attendants. But when you get put in with someone who can fight back or someone who's miles above you in skill wise, you get found out. But I tell you what though, I'm not going to criticise him. I'll read the comments in a minute. I'm not going to criticise Daniel Dubois because I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, he quit and all that." Yeah, he did quit, but I think he saved himself for a rainy day. And to be fair, I would have done that because he was no way he was going to win that fight. He was just getting picked off. He had more holes in him than a fucking tea bag, didn't he? So and I will give him, um, I will give him credit. Think he fought a better fight than Anthony Joshua, and that's the God's honest truth. I felt I thought he had more of a go. That's just my opinion. Whether or not you lot agree with it or what, I just think he had more of a go. And he's only a young lad. That's why I say if he's guided right, I mean, get the fuck away from Don Charles. Go to America, find a trainer there, and just have some easy touch fights. Get a trainer now and gel with him for the next 2 or 3 years. Build yourself back up slowly. As you're doing that, them fighters are going to be starting to age out. And then really, there's not a lot of heavyweights around, is there? Outlaw pugilist, salute to you, brother. 70s roast sector, heavy heart truth. Salute to you. Caballel would have stopped him. See, that's what I mean. Ajit Caballel. That's a good fight for him because that's a former European champion who's still unbeaten, I think. I've lost the chat now. I disagree, Loz. I think he did way worse than Joshua and lost every single round. Yeah, he lost every round. I agree with you there, but I think for me personally, like I say, you don't have to agree with me. Everyone's got their own opinions. That's why I love this channel because I don't I like listening to people's opinions. For me, I just think he had more of a go. He was pushing forward more than what Joshua. But for me, he still made the same mistakes because he was trying to box him. I believe the way to beat Usyk is you've got to rough this guy up in the clinches. You've got to use your size, bully him, lean on him, tire him out, put plenty of pressure on him, push him back off the back foot. Because obviously he's a lot better fighter coming forward than what he is on the back foot. But if you're not gonna do that, like Anthony Joshua should have done, especially AJ, because AJ's even taller than Daniel Dubois, and I think he's got longer arms on him. I'm not too sure on that, but I think he's definitely taller. Anthony Joshua had plenty of size and reach to use them tools on him, but he didn't. He just stood there and tried boxing, and just getting picked off. But I think he's tired. I've lost the chat, so I'll have to come back. AJ certainly got more rounds won than Dubois did. Or did other than round 5 had his way and dominated the fight. Wasn't for the controversy. Everyone would be raving about that his performance. Yeah, good point. I feel Daniel did better than AJ, each to their own. See, there you go. Outlaw said the same as me. And then Alex is saying the same as boxing fans. So, you know, what pissed me off was the most. What pissed me off was the that he bottled it because Usyk seemed to be beatable. I can't see that. Seemed beatable last week. I don't think he bottled it, Mo. I don't think he bottled it, bro. I just think he. I don't know. I just think he tried. I don't know. It's weird because when I watched the fight, I thought to myself, I think Dubois should step down and fight European level opponents like Caballero. Absolutely, Lucan. Yeah, he shouldn't be fighting for world titles. He's not ready. Lita's put there's no shame in losing to a champion. Dubois got good fight. Is a good fighter. Just Usyk is a champ. Yeah, exactly, Lita. I agree there. There's no shame in losing to someone like Oleksandr Usyk. Not at all. I seen Outlaw cut Black Fight fan. I seen that video. Yeah, he's gone off the airwaves, hasn't he? People say Dubois has been forced into boxing by his dad. Could be. Could be. I think he's definitely been fucking thrown to the wolves by Frank. Absolutely. When Dubois said he was getting disheartened on Talksport, serious red flag. I Lucan, fucking spot on, brother. Fucking spot on. I was talking to Lucan. Fight Fan was an LDBC member. Yeah, I know. Look at my boy going live in the building. Much love. Salute to you, our big boy. El Foul player, salute to you, El. I hope you got out there, man. Thanks for coming through. Been a long time, but thank you. Hope you're well, bro. He stepped in the ring with one of his best boxers, currently fair play to Dubois, and gave it a real good. You see, Alex, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Absolutely, Alex. Totally agree with that's. Where's my fucking mouse going? That's what I'm saying, Alex. That's what I'm trying to say. What you've just said, Alex. He had a damn good go. He come up short, and that's why you've not heard me criticise him or make any video saying, "Oh, he quit." I'm not going to do that because that young lad had a go, man, and that's why I said I think he did better than. Well, I wouldn't say he did better than AJ, but I think he had more of a go than AJ. and that's why I've not criticised him because he was out of his depth. But the boy had a fucking good go, man, and he lost. Like Lee said, no harm losing to a fucking fighter like that. He had a damn good go, and I salute the young man. I really do. I really do. And I don't care if he quit. I'm not asked. He had a fucking go, man, and it's more than what fucking all these keyboard warriors will ever do. So I take my hat off to the lad. I absolutely do. How about FA versus that'd be a very good fight. That would. And most put Adari Pinos, but Daniel Dubois should use the cross arm guard to protect him. Yeah, like George Foreman used to. Most put. Um, he said on Talksport on Tuesday that he lost the momentum basically in I can't read that. Inciting is that and whatever. He quit. Yeah, I know Mo. Yeah, even Frank Warren's come out now and said he quit. If I was Fury, was the same size as Usyk and wins no problem. Fury's got far, would go so far in his career because of the size. Because apart from Wilder fights, he's been bang average all career. Yeah, right. Let's get into that then. Let me read this chat then, and then we'll get into that now. Because I've been talking for the last half an hour about this fight, and there's other subjects I want to talk about. Whoever lands the low blow between FA and Dubois first wins. Fucking pissy. Sugar Hill Stewart would be a good boxing trainer for Dubois. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or Virgil Hunter, someone like that. Dubois has got to think live and live and fight another day. There will be more. Alex, salute to you, brother. That's what I'm talking about, Alex. You're on the same. You're reading from the same hymn sheet as me, Alex. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I don't give a fuck if he quit. He can live to fight another day. He's a lot younger than these. He's like 10 years younger than most of the majority of them. 8 years younger. They're not going to be around in 8 years' time, 5 years' time. Whereas Dubois will be. And let's face it, there's not a lot out there, is there? Even people like Frank Sanchez. I don't know how old he is, but this is it one of them Cuban lies again where they say they're 26, but really they're 46. You know what I mean? Michael Hunter and all them, they're all ticking on now. There's only Anderson, really. Obviously, there's other heavyweights, but Dubois, that's what I would do. Go to America, find a trainer, and stick with a trainer and gel with him. Because Don Charles, he ain't going to learn fucking jack shit with Don Charles. He's jumped from Don Charles to Shane McGuigan to that other guy back to Don Charles. I think doing all that fucking hopping around with trainers, I think that fucking plays a bad part in your career. I do. 100 years old. Yeah, exactly, Rick. Dubois has got to think. Oh, I've read that. Yeah, most took to I hope I'm saying that Pennzoil. I think Dubois got to stick because people think he could have got up even though he got hurt. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know what boxing fans are like. They're ruthless, aren't they? It's like football, isn't it? You know, you can be winning 10 games. As soon as you lose one game, the fucking media are all over you. Managers sacked and everything. That boxing fans are exactly the same. You could have 10 straight wins, knockout, and then get beat on your next one. Then all of a sudden you're a bum and you're thrown under the bus. We all do it. I've done it. I'm not going to lie, I've done it plenty of times. But I try not to do that anymore. What's up, Loz? Salute to you. I'm a man from the Windy City. Ed Woodson, salute to you, my good brother. Thanks for coming through. I hope you're good out there in Chicago, my good friend. Else put, a lot of people, a lot of the priority in the heavyweight division outside of Usyk and Fury. Fury smokes him, in my opinion. Right, there you see. Al's saying that. Dubois actually pick his own trainer or who does the picking? I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point, Lucan. That's a very good point, actually. Who does pick his trainers? Is he? Is he Bricktop? You just yeah. That's a good question. That Alex. But at the end of the day, both Usyk and Dubois have got stick, and I don't think it's fair because it was a cracking fight. Yes, Alex. In my opinion, people just need to appreciate what a good fight is. Tell you what, man, you're hitting the fucking lottery tonight, Alex. Fucking right, man. It was a good fight, and I enjoyed it. It was a good fight. I think Wilder has an outside chance of beating Usyk. Yeah, it could do if he lands that right hand. I'ma tell my wife, Mo, that some. Oh right, he's going in on him. Right, okay. Let's get off this subject then. Now, let's get off this subject because I want to talk about this then. Okay, let me think. Let me know who you think wins in this fight. I know it's not happening. I know all that. But is Tyrone still here? If he is, salute to you. I know it's not happening and all that, but a lot of people now I've seen this week have jumped on. Oh, salute to you, Ty. You must be at work, are you still? A lot of people have jumped on the bandwagon now because a lot of people are saying Usyk slowed down and he's blueprint to beat him. He's weak to the body and all this shit. So a lot of people are saying Tyson Fury could beat him now because of size and all that. Who do you think would win in that fight if they ever did happen? I reckon Usyk could get up from Wilder's big hit, my opinion, but that's my opinion. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with your opinion, Alex. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, brother. They're all talking to each other in the chat. For me, I'm going to give you a straight hand on heart answer. And it's got nothing to do with what's happened at the weekend. Because let's face it, people, this is how I've seen it now when I've seen a lot of these channels saying, oh, Fury had beat him easy and Usyk's weak to the body. What you've got to put in mind is who was Oleksandr Usyk fought in his last two fights and who was Tyson Fury fought in his last two fights. That's how I look at it. Fury's fought a shot to pieces Dillian White, and he's fought an absolute shot to smithereens Derek Chisora. So he's been made to look good because they're just punch bags, whereas Usyk's had to fight Anthony Joshua, who I don't think shot to pieces, but's absolutely gun shy and got his hands super glued in his pockets. But Daniel Dubois, who's a young lad and who's willing to have a go. But that doesn't mean I think Usyk beats him. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I don't know. I've always said this. I don't know. I think it'd be one hell of a fight. I'll come back to that. I still got Usyk to beat Fury. Right, so Outlaw's going for that. Lita's got Usyk as well. And everyone's talking to each other. Yeah, so, right, so yeah. You see, Outlaw, I don't know, me, brother. I really don't know. I just think, I don't know because, like Alex, like boxing fans said before, don't be fooled off what you've just seen at the weekend. But then again, I do think that Tyson Fury's slowed down a bit. He hasn't got that. I don't think he's got the legs what he once had, which is understandable. I think he's like 35 now, isn't he? I would not debate. I would not donate. Oh, the talking. So yeah, for me, I think watch the Otto Wilding. Watch the Otto Wilding fight. Tells you everything. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that, but I'd have to go. I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back, Outlaw. Yeah, Yeah, I know he got put under pressure off a smaller dude as well. And you see, him and AJ seem to struggle with smaller dudes, don't they? Like Cunningham and people like Carlos Takam. Even Povetkin, AJ struggled with him till he got him. Was it round two, end of round two or end of round one when Povetkin caught AJ and he fucking had the Bambino legs. Fury is Queen just tired, slow and she's Alita's going in, man. Usyk if he's focused, it's 100% a 12 round decision fight. I'm just edging Usyk because he moves better. Fair enough, Dave. Yeah, that's a good point. Otto got robbed. The Fury fight should have been stopped. Yes, while into Southpaw too. Oh right, I didn't know that. Ah, that's interesting, Outlaw. That's very interesting. Um, Alex is put. I definitely think, Loz, that Usyk's body could worry me. But if you can avoid the body shots, I feel that he beats Fury. But it's like you said, it's Fury puts pressure on him and uses his size. I think he wins. Yes, it's a fucking debatable fight, man. Honestly, yes. Yes, Fury struggles with big. I can't see that last bit because that stupid love art what YouTube put in the corner. I'll read it in a minute, Al. Yes, I've always said it, even though I can't stand Tyson Fury. You all know that. I'm not gonna deny that the boy can't fight because he can fight. And I honestly, I've always said, anyone who's stuck around me, I've always said I don't know who would win in that fight. And that's still how I see it. I think it'd be a cracking fight. I think it'd be a very interesting fight because you can both move. Usyk's got that little bit more zip in him, I think, and Fury's got the size advantage, the reach, the weight. So it's very interesting. Wally and Gassiev is an interesting fight. Fury struggles with big dudes. Fury isn't the best at attacking the body. No, good point. Good point. Too fast, too furious. Salute to you, bro. He thought you would be watching Lyndon Arthur on Channel 5 right now, Loz. I didn't even know he was fighting. I didn't even know he was fighting. Fucking hell. No way. I like Lyndon Arthur as well. Manchester boy, isn't he? Thanks for that. I'll go back and watch it later on replay. Fury will duck Zhang and Joyce he prefers opponents. Exactly. That's a good point. I don't think a lot of people want to face Zhang. Zhang's enough. Zhang's a nightmare, man. He could be. He could. I know this. You might laugh at me, but he could be. He could be a fucking bogey for a few fighters in that division. Fury gave Wilder a free arbitration with the body shots in the second. But arbitration. What are you talking about? Arbitration with his body shots in the second fight. You know what? It's that fucking long since I've seen. I've only ever seen them fights all once. The third fight for me was the best. That was a fucking brilliant fight. That was a proper dog eat dog fight. That boxing fan I donate to. Whoever entertains me, not a big deal. Oh, still talking about that. Fury is a good fighter, but he doesn't believe it and wants the most money with the least risks while conning the fans. Absolutely, it's a real fascinating fight. To go. I hope to go. Fury's grows a pair of balls. I think he means God. Balls and fights him, or he could just claim to have had 100 Yeah, I like Big John Fury. Liam Smith and Chris Eubank too. What's your thoughts, Loz? Yes, I'm going to get to that. So we can all agree on that. It's sort of split down the middle. Okay, Rick. Um, you know me, I like a good picture. Yeah, so this is happening tomorrow. I don't know, I really don't know. I think I've got it. I don't know, because I had Eubanks winning that fight until he got fucking caught. But I also did predict Eubanks to win it. But as Beefy got his number, and he's a tough kid, Beefy Smith. All that, he's a tough kid. See, Eubanks is a fucking Eubanks pisses me off, man. He could have been a great fighter, Eubanks, but he didn't want to fight anyone, and he just wanted to cash in on big money for not fighting anyone. Um, this. Liam Smith wins the game for me. Yes, I was talking to a lad in the gym today. He said same thing. He said, I don't look at Eubanks, Loz. I look at the bigger picture. And he said same thing. He said, I've got Beefy to beat him. Dillian White, Gerald Miller would be a good fight. Dillian White, Gerald Miller. I don't know. I think Miller's fucked now. Have you seen how slow he is? I mean, Dillian White's slowed down, but he's fucking hell. Have you seen the size of Gerald Miller as well? It would have been a good fight years ago. I mean, I meant onto the core. Lol. Yeah. Okay, boxing fan. You have the right. Oh, right, they're talking to each other. I feel Liam Smith wants it more than Eubanks. Yes. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. See, was it stopped in 4 rounds? I think it was, wasn't it? But I had Eubanks 2 rounds up. 2-1. I think he got stopped in the fourth, if I can remember correctly. I'm not too sure, but I think I give Beefy the first round, and then I give Eubanks the next 2 rounds, and then Beefy stopped him in the fourth. I think that's what happened. I could be wrong. Yeah. For the pocket watchers there, bearing arm fans, audience, Usyk's last fight, I don't think Fury fights him based on not being able to sell. What do you mean by that, El? The fight wouldn't sell? It makes me laugh the way Eubank lines up Beefy Smith. Yeah, Beefy's a cannon though, isn't he? He's got a loose. Yeah, he does bite very easy. I tell you what though, you got to admit, Eubanks is one of the best shit talkers ever in boxing. Eubanks and Billy Joe Saunders. Fucking hell, Eubanks because of his arrogance and I don't know, he's just good. Billy Joe Saunders is a good shit talker as well. And Jarrell Mills. Jarrell Mills very good. Usyk versus Bagger Iceman. Fucking hell. Do you remember them days, Al? Open him up like a bag of rice and he goes everywhere. Fucking hell, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go for Beefy, but I don't know, something keeps saying to me, Eubanks is going to pull it off. I don't know, because Beefy's a tough dude, man. It's a good fight. I'm watching it. Don't think it's pay-per-view, but I'm definitely going to watch it. Most definite. Yeah, probably Beefy, yeah, because whoever just said that, they think Beefy wants it more. Yeah, you could be right. Uh, right. Just let me talk quickly. Did anyone see that video? What Eddie Hills did? Did any of you see it? Where he's talking about being it was on his Matchroom website where he was on his Matchroom YouTube where he was talking about setting up like a thing with all promotion teams to riddle out PED cheats and working closely with VADA and UCAD and other anti-doping agencies. Did any of you listen to it? It was a great idea what he was talking about, but I was thinking to myself, but Eddie, how can you do all this when you've got cheats popping left, right, and centre in your fucking stable, and you're not presenting the evidence? Do you know what I mean? How can Dillian White pop dirty? How can he pop dirty? Right, man's gone underground, But Eddie can't give us any evidence or talk about it. He keeps saying it's confidential. He's not my client. We just work on a fight by fight basis. Okay, then what happened with Alicia Baumgardner? The guy asked him about that, and he said the same thing. I can't talk about it because her lawyers are talking about it. So, what about Conor Ben? Why aren't you talking about that? Why have you not provided the samples and told us what Conor Ben was taking, not taking, how it got into his system? Where's this 270-page dossier? Where's Dillian White? So fucking talk about being a hypocrite. I mean, fucking crazy. It was a great idea what he was saying. Um, does Eubank still believe he needs 60% to beat Beefy? Fucking hell, he's going to need 100%. That's what cost him. That was Lucan getting cocky, eating cheeseburgers and shit, and fucking Beefy beat him up. Jarrell Miller is good trash talker, Loz, because he did really get under AJ's skin, and I don't think anyone else really got under AJ. He did, yeah, you're right there. Jarrell Miller is a fucking fantastic shit talker. Fantastic, yeah. I heard Eddie talking about making his own VADA, shaking my head. Conflict of interest. Yes, Mike. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy how Eddie Hills can even, how he can even say it. It was a great idea. But, Mike, where's Dillian White's B sample after all these years, man? Where is he? Do you know what I mean? You've got Conor Ben. Oh shit, that's what I was going to tell you. Apparently, he said on that interview, Conor Ben's fighting on either the 23rd of September or the 30th of September. It's going to be a light touch fight, but they've applied for an American license, which will allow him to come over here in the UK and fight. That's fucking crazy. Whilst these UCAD and the board are pending their appeal, because that could take up to 4 or 5 months or 3 months, something like that. So they've applied for a US license, which will allow him to come back over here, Mike, and fight. I've never heard anything about it. That's just fucking bizarre, man. White don't need a B sample. He's got away. Yeah, I know, Mike. I'm just saying, as in, like, in general, the B sample was never turned up, was he? And Eddie's talking about rooting out fighters, working closer with boxing anti-doping agencies, and work making. He was basically like saying he was going to clean up boxing. But Eddie, you need to clean up your own backyard before you start trying to clean up other people's backyards, and stop protecting Conor Ben, because we all know the guy popped dirty, and he's proved no evidence whatsoever. This fucking 270-page dossier, which he hasn't got because no one's ever seen it. And then he just gets a doctor saying, yeah, we've beaten top scientists. We can prove that it wasn't intentional or whatever. I don't know. And then nothing's happened. Then he's free to fight, and then all of a sudden, the board ain't happy, UCAD ain't happy, and he's got to apply for a fucking American license. I better read the chat. Boxing fans put, Dillian's B sample is buried in Eddie Hearn's garden, never to be seen again. Yeah, buried just like when Povetkin knocked him out. He got buried, didn't he, in back of Eddie's back garden. Eddie Hearn talk about stamping out drugs cheats is like Chelsea Football Club chant financial fair play. Yeah, exactly. Loz, you hit the heavy. You hit the heavy bag. What do you mean? I'm slow as fuck. How much do you mean? I must have hit the bag. White would have to request a B sample, which he didn't, which is why I said Edwards' idea is no good. White would have to request a B sample, is which he didn't, is which is why I yeah. But what he was saying, Mike, what he was saying is if any of their fighters test dirty, uh, uh, pop dirty, then he has to. What was he saying? Something like then the matchroom have got nothing to do with it. He'll have to go to obviously an independent laboratory, and it'll all have to be put out in public. Matchroom can't have nothing to do with it. All they're gonna do is sign up to it and make all their fighters go through this anti-doping agency program. That's what he was saying. And if they get caught, but he was basically saying if the fighters get caught, then they should be allowed to have the have the chance to provide evidence, but Matchroom can't have nothing to do with it whatsoever. That's i.e. sticking up for the fighter, or I don't know, paying solicitors' fees or anything. They can't have anything to do with it. It's got to be dealt with through an. You know what I'm saying anyway. Conor Benn's been acting guilty. Conor Benn's been acting guilty about Eddie. Eddie lied about Ben being cleared when when he was not detained. If he determined if he was guilty, yeah, an American license, aka I'll try a bypass in the ban. Yeah, spot on, spot on. I see you. Oh, he's talking to Mo. Edward don't care. Oh man, yeah, I'm going to come to that in a minute. Edward don't care who pops. He only cares if he can legal fight. So yeah, you know that, Mike. Yeah, okay, they won't have nothing to do with it. They have UCAD shaking my head and Varda. Yeah, but I think he was on. He was just talking about using Varda. I don't know, Mike. You'd have to go and listen to it, mate. It's on the match. It was interesting what he was saying, but like I say, you need to clean up your own backyard before you go trying to clean up other people's backyards. That's what I'm trying to say. But guess what they said? And this made me laugh because this is where I left off, where I last had my foot on Conor Benn's neck. They said, "Oh, I think I can't remember who he said. He said a light touch fight just to get him the rust out of him, and then he said, and then we go for Kell Brook." And I was thinking, oh my fucking God, here we go again. So basically, what you're doing is you're going to chuck him back in with pensioners, shot to bits fighters who's retired, and then you're just earning big money off him. How about you chuck him in with a European champion? Or chuck him in with a British champion? Because he'll get found out. Fucking honestly, Rick, that's what he said. And it's been there, and then the guy who was interviewing him said, "Well, um, would the Eubanks fight still be there if he lost?" He says, "Well, if he wins, it's definitely there." And then he said something along the lines of, I'm just paraphrasing now, but he basically said something along the lines of, "Well, if even if he loses, will the fight could still be there." So that means then you're going to be fighting another shot to piece fighter. You see the way how he's manoeuvred? It's fucking ridiculous, man. Now, why don't you go and fight Josh Kelly? Why don't you go and fight David Avavisian? Why don't you go and fight Florian Marku? No, you don't want to fight them. You want to fight a guy who's retired. Kell Brook's shot to pieces, lost, what is it, 4 times, 3 times? He's been retired for well over a year, but you're going to dig Kell out and fight. Like, fucking hell. Tell you, man, absolute fucking joke. I saw Edward, if he wants to do something, get some folks together and make the transparent. Yeah, good point, Mike. Lita's laughing. Um, these two are having a right good conversation. Mo and this other dude, Pennzoil, whatever he's called, box uh, boxing fan. I know it's worth. Oh, he's still talking to each other. Yeah, so that's what they were saying. I thought, fucking hell, there's nothing. Still nothing's changed, has it? Still want to fight Uber drivers and all that. Hey, did any of you see last week? Did any of you see Desperate Dan, John Fury, aka John Fury? Did any of you see him last week with that fucking upturning tables and screaming at top of his voice, I dare any man to fight me. Oh, question me as somebody said, I dare any man. Did any of you see it? Oh my God, it was so embarrassing that was. And then he comes out on IFL TV and apologises, saying, I'm sorry for my language. I didn't mean to be like that. It was all frigging staged. And they're embarrassing, aren't they? Fucking hell, John humped the air in front. Oh, I know, yeah. Saying FKSI doing humping fresh air. It's embarrassing. Even cartoon Tommy, Ronald McTommy, even he was shaking his head because he was embarrassed. Even he was shaking his head because he didn't know what he was like. Oh, what the hell's me dad doing? But what gets me is why does John Fury have to try and steal the limelight? Why? It's not about you, John. It's about your sons. It's got nothing to do with you. Just stay and sit your ass down. You're a retired 100 bare knuckle fights, 100 wins. So you don't need to be in there. Alex put, it was painful to watch. How do you make yourself look more of a loser than KSI? Fucking pissing. I know. And fucking Predator's there. Did you see Predator sat there with his fake WBA belt? What the fuck was that WBA belt? What Predator had on the table? That white WBA belt. I was like, oh my God. This is a. You see, this. Oh man. This is what's wrong with boxing when you're getting shit like this. Staged WWE cartoon fights, these YouTube wars, and John's loving it. I tell you what, though, it's like Porky was saying, they know how to milk the media, and I will give them credit for that because we all know it's all bullshit, but all these young kids don't because it's aimed at young kids, isn't it? It's got to be. He's got to have a fan group age between the likes of like 10 and 20 or something. Real boxing fans wouldn't watch that shit. I don't blame boxing. I blame idiots who buy into it. The boxing fights are not going to like the boxing fights are not going to like. Yeah, yeah. I don't mean it like that. I'm saying well, what I was saying, Alex. Like, this is what's wrong in boxing. You've got this new fucking disease what's working its way through boxing, and it's taking over. And when you've got pantomime clowns like fucking Boomerang, fucking John Fury, throwing tables over and shouting, fuck this and fuck that, and I'll do this. John, you couldn't knock the skin off fucking rice pudding, you fat old bastard. Go and sit your ass down somewhere. Um, John is a seal. John has to steal the limelight because can't see that word, health depends on, his mental health depends on it. He needs to feel uh, validated on this. So call him fighting man. Yeah, he's just an attention seeking whore. He's just gutted because his sons have made money and have conned the way into the fucking public. And and John hasn't done that. So he has to steal the limelight, doesn't he? Like that time when he was on BT and he was telling Logan, was it? I don't even know which Paul it was, whoever it was. and he was telling him what he was going to do to his girlfriend, and he got sacked for that. BT sacked him for that. A few months later, he got sacked because he's vulgar, isn't he? I've got a vulgar mouth. I'm not going to lie, but I wouldn't stand in public doing that. That's embarrassing. It's disgusting. John Fury is is embarrassing. Absolutely. John Fury's like a woman takes his shirt off, then others can't. Oh yeah, it's embarrassing. Put that gut away, John Fury, and then boobs. Put them away, man. Uh, when I hear people say KSI and Jake Paul are the best boxers, makes me cringe and laugh at the same time. Yeah, me too. They need riddling out of boxing. They do, but there's a market for that shit, but not in boxing. Go and do that somewhere else, man. Because it's embarrassing, Max. But John Fury's still running from from the still running from old boy. Yeah, Mickey Theo. Yeah, fucking hell, he wets his pants when Ed Woodson's laughing. He wets himself as soon as Mickey Theo's. That's what I was saying. It would have been great when he was standing there shouting, "I dare any man test me! I dare any man test me!" It would have been great if Mickey Theo was in the crowd and said, "Hey up, John, how are you, mate?" His fucking ass would have gone. It'd have been brilliant. John Fury. Oh, I read that. Did you know? Do you know of John Fury back in the 80s and 90s, or are you just knowing him as the father of Tyson? No, I don't know him, but I've seen his boxing career from Porky's Corner put them videos up, and he fair play he got in the ring. No, I don't know John Fury. I live nowhere near John Fury. Don't know anything about him. He's just a liar. That's what I do know. And he's 100. I found the video to that the other day. Actually, I was going to make a video, but I thought he's been fucking caned, hasn't he? But where he's on that channel and he says, "Yeah, I had 100 fights, and 100 wins, and 100 knockouts. No one ever beat me." And the guy's like, "Wow, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's the way I had to do it." And then I had a 100 grand fight with the Irish bare knuckle champion, and yet there's no photographic energy, no videos. No one's ever come forward to say that they've ever seen him have a fight. He's fucking hilarious. Fury is inbred. Furies are inbred, so I'm. Fucking hell, that's ruthless, man, saying that. Wow. John Fury is living off his son's achievements. Absolutely, I Lucan. Absolutely. John Fury is about as funny as getting ran over off a bus. Yeah, John humped the air in front of kids he carried the press conference. Yeah, Mickey Theo made John hide in the car. Fucking hell, you lot are ruthless, man. BNB Boxing, salute to you, bro. I haven't seen you for a while. Thanks for coming through. Salute to you. It's been. Thanks. I hope you're good out there, my brother. Timmy and John Tyson. Timmy, look at Timmy. I can do better than that, but he just reminds me of a clown like Ronald McDonald. Oh, Timmy. He's fucking hell. They're just a joke, aren't they? What's Mike put? 100 bare knuckle fight, 0 losses, but can't get past 10 boxes. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. I think that's it for today, folks. I think that's it. I think I've run out of subjects for do talk about. What's that? El Spence. Oh yeah. I think that's old, isn't it? Now September the 1st. Yeah. I don't is that happening or what? Because I've heard it is, I've heard he hasn't, I heard it's too late, I've heard a few things. Would be interesting. I don't see the point in that rematch, me personally. Only for Spence to make some money. I think it'll be the same outcome. John Fury, when Mickey Theo mentions, gets flashbacks of what Henry Akinwanda did to him. Yeah, he iced him, didn't he? Fucking ironed him out. I bet John Fury has nightmares about Mickey Theo. Yeah, he does. Absolutely. That's what I mean. He's just a shit talkers, aren't they, man? Bomax said the rematch is going to happen. Right, Ricky. Sweet. Okay. Okay. Nice one for that, Rick. I hope. Yeah, I hope it does, but I think he gets beat again. I really do. But if it means him making a bag, then I'm all for it. And it was a good fight. I just think Bud's just, I don't know, Bud's just fucking phenomenal, and he's just, don't get me wrong, Al Spencer's a tremendous fighter. I've never seen anyone make Spence look that simple. Um, John Fury is, up to me, of all, up to me. Oh, I can't see that last bit of all bark and no. I think is it no balls? Yeah. No bite. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. They should bring Mickey Theo to the press conference with John. I would laugh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That boxing fan. It'd have been fucking brilliant, wouldn't it, when he was doing all that palaver and all that carrying on with himself, chucking tables like Derek Chisora, and fake bouncers running in as if something's going to kick off, and KSI kicking off like he's going to try and get to Tommy Fury, and the bouncers. Oh, mate, it was fucking embarrassing. But it would have been great if Mickey Theo would have just stood up and said, "Hi, John. Remember me?" And she fucking had been din din din. John Fiore's face, he'd have been like that. He'd have been like a fucking puppy, wouldn't he? Pissing. And it'd take a puppy away from its mother, and he'd be fucking legs would be shaking, and he'd be pissing all over the place. Um, I'm sure KSI can arrange after John kicked the table. KSI nearly I would should if there's no video evidence of Akinwanda starting him, he would have lied. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I Lucan, he would have waiting on John Fury versus KSI. They are a problem belt for weight, lads. Yeah, that'll be the next fight. Predator versus Boomerang, fucking John Fury, Desperate Dan, the shit talker. That's what it will be. I'm telling you. Did you see him though? Did you see Predator jump up like he was going to do something? And then fake bouncers jumped in like that straight away. I said, calm down. Try and pull him back as if KSI was like 20 stone and there was two bouncers holding him because he was trying to get at John Fury. I was like, oh my God. Even Big John had fastened his hat on. I'm sure John Fury had fucking fastened Predator's hat on for him. After all these years, I'm surprised he has shut up to fight. Shut up. What do you mean? After all these years, I'm surprised he has shut up to fight. I don't know what you mean by that, Mike. I think KSI would have knocked John if he lands clean on him. KSI shoved Tommy Fury. Yeah, John didn't do anything until security stood up. Yeah, and Cower Sutherland and oh mate, he was pathetic. Even fucking Bricktop didn't even turn up for that shit, did he? John Fury is a tragic though, isn't he? Yeah, he's pathetic. He's a good actor though. He's a fucking good actor. He's a damn fucking terrible liar. Like good actor, but terrible liar. KSI versus John Fury. I'm definitely paying for that. Yeah, I think fucking. I think. I think John had fastened his hat on. I was fighting. If I was fighting Tommy Fury, I'll bring Mickey to all the presses. Yeah, you'd never see Mike. You'd never see John Fury. KSI and Fury is ducking Usyk, and John did not answer. Yeah, yeah, he could star in Hollyoaks and get an award for his acting. Yeah, because he's about as fucking fake as Hollyoaks, isn't he? Yeah. or fucking EastEnders. John Fury forgot to take his top off at the presser. Yes, he did. He normally he's got his boobs out and his big beer belly out, hasn't he? Swinging his shirt round like that. Come on. Oh, yeah, he's fucking hell. He'd have made a great. John Fury would have made a great wrestler, I think. I think he would have made a great wrestler because he's because of the just pure shit acting what he does. He's that fake. John Fury forgot to take. Oh, I've read that, Ricky's. But John Fury better sit his 100-year-old self down somewhere. Absolutely, Rickster. How you reckon John would react? I think Mickey would be down for it. Yeah. How do you think? How you reckon John would react? And I think Mickey would be down for it. Surely he's gonna need a blood pressure tablets after all that shouting. Yeah, you know, it's that cringy. It's quite comical though. I thought that's what I thought. I thought it was comical, and it's. Do you see what really gets me about them? It's the lying. I'm not asked about if I'm on or I'm not asked about stuff like that because that to me it's a comedy show because it's a comedy fight between two comedians who aren't boxers and but the young public or whoever buys into that they're either blind or they know it's fake and they just buy into it. But true boxing fans won't buy into that shit. But that's Tommy Fury's side. He's all like I always stress. He's made his bed of what he wants to do. He's got no intention of fighting proper boxers. He just wants to have cartoon fights, get his little fangirls on Instagram and all that shit, and it's all fake business. Fair play to him, but it's when the lies about Tyson Fury and John Fury coming out and saying no one wants to fight his son. Everyone they tried to get the best opponents. Usyk lowballed. Just it's the lies what gets me about John Fury and the way how that Tyson Fury has been allowed to do what he's allowed to do by the WBC. He stripped Jamal. Is it Jamal Charlo? No, Devon Haney. You're stripping Devon Haney, an active fighter who's moving up for one fight and didn't want to give up his belts. You're stripping Devon Haney, an active fighter, of his WBC belt, but saying he can come back down and fight the winner of whoever. Who is it? Shakur Stevens and Frank Martins or something like that. I don't know. But then you don't strip somebody who was looked upon as the king of boxing. I'm not saying he is the king of boxing. I'm saying the world heavyweight world champion is really the king. The kings of boxing, aren't they? I think. Well, for me, I look up to the heavyweight as it's the top division. It's the blue ribbon division for me. But you can't strip the heavyweight champion of his belt because he don't want to fight for undisputed. Blatantly ducked Usyk, not once, but twice, and maybe three times, but blatantly, to my knowledge, ducked Usyk twice, and is allowed to go and fight someone who's got no boxing career, and you're saying that there's no credible opponents for him. Well, what's the fucking point in having a ranking system? That all them fighters what have worked and paid sanctioning fees and worked hard to get into them ranking positions, and the WBC to turn around and say that there's no credible opponent for him. So that's why we're allowing him to go off and have a Mickey Mouse fight. It beggars belief, man. Beggars belief. But you strip Devon Haney of his WBC belt. It's an absolute joke. And a guy who made undisputed. You know, Devon Haney carried your belt and he went and over to Gambosi's back garden twice and beat him and become undisputed. And you strip him of his belt because he wants to go up and test the waters above him in a different division, but you're gonna strip him. That's fucking, to me, that's just outlandish, that. I've never heard of anything so crazy that you can strip an active fighter who was undisputed and he's moving up a division just to test his waters and fighting the WBC champion above him. Yet you strip him of his belt, but you don't strip the fucking guy who doesn't want to fight anyone, doesn't want to make undisputed, fighting fucking bean cans, and then he's going off fighting fighters who've got no boxing career, and you're coming out and saying there's no credible opponents for him in your ranking system. That's what gets me angry. That's what gets me my blood boiling, shit like that. I think it's fucking disgusting. WBC should be fucking wiped off the face of this earth. And this is, see how I'm getting angry now, and it's because I'm passionate about it. That's why I hate Tyson Fury shit like that, because he's allowed to get away and fucking make a mockery of the fucking sport blatantly in front of boxing fans' faces, of people who want to fucking see undisputed. He's mocking the sport, dragging it through the dirt. He's allowed to do that. But yet you fucking strip a man of his title who fucking wants to fight and is fighting for your belt up above his own division, what he's undisputed at. Fucking joke, man. Absolute fucking joke. And I've lost the chat. If Ngannou chins Fury, these motherfuckers will say that Fury is the best heavyweight of his. Yeah, that's what I mean. I was listening to that Danny Christie today. I like Danny Christie. I like him. I was listening to Danny Christie today saying Fury's the best fight. Saying he made a video today saying he's done with boxing. He's done with it. You can't watch it no more because of the politics and shenanigans and everything what's going on in it. But he was saying, but I still think Tyson Fury's the best fighter of our generation. And it's only because he's sparred with Tommy Fury and he's met the Furies. How can anybody say that Tyson Fury, any real boxing fan, because he was saying that when he started boxing in the mid-90s, he was told by his coach to go and watch the fights from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Now, he's younger than me, but how can any true boxing fan say that Tyson Fury is the best boxer of our generation? How the fuck can anybody say that? If you know your boxing, then if anyone says that Tyson Fury is the best boxer of our generation, don't know shit about boxing. Because you can't be the best boxer of our generation if you're not fighting people. You need to be fighting for undisputed. You need to clear up all them belts. You need to be fighting the guys coming up, the guys who are hanging around, like Holyfield did, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe. They were Evander Holyfield. They were fucking fighters of generations in a much tougher division back then. But he's beating Dillian White and fucking Derek Chisora. But he's the best fighter of our era. Hey, fucking joke, man. You don't know your fucking boxing if you're saying stupid shit like that. You're only the best fighter of our era if you've cleaned house. And I'm sorry, but that boy hasn't cleaned house. He's not fought Anthony Joshua. He's not fought Oleksandr Usyk. He's not fought Frank Sanchez. He's not fought Michael Hunter. There's Philip Ergovich, Joe Joyce, Zhilei Zhang. He's not fought any of them. So how the fuck is he the best fighter of our era? Fucking use your bastard brain, man. Usyk is the best. It has the best resume. It's amazing that both cruiserweights and heavyweights. Yeah, I agree there. I agree there, boxing fan. Absolutely agree with you 100%. Lennox Lewis is the best British heavyweight for me of all time, without shadow of a doubt. Lennox Lewis is the best. Lennox Lewis is one of the greatest fighters of all time. I'm not saying he is the greatest, but he's ranked. I'm sure I read years ago in Wikipedia, he was ranked 14th best heavyweight champion of all time. Lennox Lewis is a fucking legend, man. An absolute legend. And I've argued with clowns on Facebook in them Facebook pages where I've had clowns saying that Tyson Fury would have beat Lennox Lewis. You still get him now when Kugan Cassius does his stupid little Prime Tyson versus Prime Tyson Fury versus Prime. He did one the other day, and I was reading. Well, that's when I put that thing in the community page box fan. That was one of them. A fucking absolute donut of a Fury fan saying that that Lennox Lewis Fury would have beat him. You're fucking pathetic, man. You know what I mean? And people say to me, "Oh, you're an hater. You're a fucking hater. You're an hater." I had some dickhead the other day calling me an hater. You're an hater. You're an hater. I'm not an hater. I'm a passionate guy about boxing, and I don't fucking believe in people should be able to fucking step in dog shit and tread it all around boxing when the fighters of the past have made the sport great, and then you've got current fighters like this clown fucking mugging it off. What did all them fighters from the past do to make boxing people still want to watch boxing? All the greats like Joe Louis and Jack Dempsey and all them great fighters, Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, Kenny Norton, Larry Holmes, and all the fighters, Leon Spinks, all them good fighters from the olden days who put boxing on the map. And then you've got this fucking clown who don't fight anyone, mugging the fans off, conning the public, but people are running with this narrative that this guy's the best fighter of our era. How you can even mention that this guy is the best fighter of any era, is beyond me. That's how I look at it. Of all them old fighters who worked hard over the years, the great fighters, I was very privileged to have caught Mike Tyson and all them. Some people don't think Mike Tyson's a great fighter. I do. But what I'm trying to say, I was very privileged to have lived through even Bone Crusher Smith and Bruno and all them days, the 80s. Because I was born in 76. And I've been following boxing since I was like 5, 6 years old. So I was very privileged to have caught all them good fighters. I didn't catch Ali and all them. They'd gone by the time I was watching boxing. But I watched the next lot. And I watched the great era of the 90s when they were all fighting all the time. And then now you're left with this shit. You've got Usyk. That's why I love Usyk. Plain and simple, that's why I like Usyk. Because the guy wants to fight. He conducts himself as a champion in my eyes. He's not afraid to fight anyone. You don't see Usyk ducking fighters, man. And that's what I don't care what anyone says. You don't see Usyk ducking fighters, man. But Fury is a plain fucking duck artist. Even AJ don't fucking... Some people say duck Wilder. Some people say Wilder ducked him. For me, I'll be hand on heart, I think the heavyweight division stinks. I think it stinks. And it has done for a long time. It has done for a long time. And it's only going to stink more and more when people are allowed to do shit like this, what this clown's doing. Purely conning the fucking fans and mugging them off. But people call me a hater. You're a hater. You just hate him. Yeah, I do hate him for what he's doing. I don't hate him as a person. I don't hate anyone in this world. Maybe I shouldn't use that word because hate is a very strong word. But I'll say I dislike him then for what he's doing to the sport of boxing. He's dragging it through the dirt and being allowed to drag it through the dirt. And these fucking stupid imbeciles with the fucking eyes shut who just can't open their eyes and see what this guy's doing because of you've got the propaganda machine like John Fury, Bricktop, Spencer Oliver, Slimy Simon Jordan now. They're all shit scared. They all work together. TalkSport pushing out this fucking propaganda that this guy is the greatest. He's allowed to do this. Basically, he can do what he wants and no one's allowed to question him. None of the media will dare say anything. And it's bollocks, man. It's all fucking bollocks. He's ruining the sport of boxing. That's why I always stress the quicker this guy's out of the quicker the Fury's gone out of the sport of boxing, the better. And that's where I'm going to end it. So I'm going to say Thank you to everyone who come through. Boxing fan, Lita, the Queen, Alex Cooper, always a privilege. Alex Pennzoil, if I got your name right, salute to you, bro. Anand Soul, thank you, good brother. Ricky, big bro, absolute pleasure. I Lucan, Alex Cooper, a pleasure. Alex Mo, salute to you, bro. Mr. Johnson, Mike, you, my brother. Um, anyone else? I Lucan, if I've missed you, Ed Woodson, salute to you, man, my good friend. And I think that's it. I think I've achieved everything. But you all take care and have a great weekend. And I might even go live after the fight. I might even go live. It depends if I get my son tomorrow. I'm supposed to have my son, but I'm going work tomorrow. Well, supposed to be at work tomorrow. But if I've got my son, then I won't be going live. But if I haven't got my son, I might go live for the fight tomorrow. Yeah, you're welcome, Lita. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate it. I really do. Because if it weren't for people like you, I wouldn't be doing this. As well as an hobby, I do love it. I really appreciate your support. I really do. If you want to click that thumbs up, it's up to you. If you don't, I appreciate you anyway. But enjoy your weekend. And I'll be back with a prediction video tomorrow for Beefy Smith. Yeah, and enjoy the fight. Peace out.